We're going to talk about our kids. We're going to talk about how to teach kids on sex. We're going to talk about body boundaries, and of course I wrote it all in my book. Why? As you all know, we're homeschooling our kid, and these are everything that she needs to know as young as she is. And this is a very critical topic that you really need to know as a parent, as a tutor, how to engage your kid. So hi there, my name is Abeti. Talk about motherhood and creating life solutions. So just make sure you subscribe if you've not, and you're so welcome if it's your first time here. Let's just get right into it. So we're going to divide it into three, because this is a very sensitive topic, and remember you're talking to a kid who is to a toddler. This is a kid from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, a toddler, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And this is a kid that you really need to teach slowly by slowly, so that they can understand. This is a kid that doesn't know anything that you're talking about, but they really have to understand everything that you're saying. So we're going to divide it into three. 1, private parts. 2, consent, body safety. So private parts, body safety, body consent. And just a tip before we begin, this is a topic that you really want to explore when your kids are so young, so that by the time they have grown up to be big kids or adults or something, they understand everything. It's a topic that you want to talk slowly by slowly, so that by the time they're getting to fully understand everything, they have a grasp of every single thing. It's begun with how kids kind of begin to grow. We start by toddlers. Toddler is 2, 3, 4 years. This is the time that they're beginning their school, play group, and all this, the time that they're almost everything is the experience. This is the time that everything new is coming their way. So what do they experience, or what do you expect from a toddler? With toddler, be sure you will notice, if you're keen, a toddler at this point, they're exploring their body. This is the time that you'll find them touching themselves. This is a age or a stage where they want to know about the other genders and their body. They are eager, they are amused to know what is going on. They are curious enough. And also, this is a point where you ought to teach them the correct words. I failed on that, trust me. When she began homeschooling, this is the time I had to pick it up, and I had to pick it real fast. Why? Because I was used to teaching her about nicknames of body parts. So you want to teach them, call a vagina vagina, call breast breast, call stomach stomach. Like, let them know the body parts by name. I know most of you have taught them, including me, have taught them body parts using nicknames, which is okay. But if you're teaching them to learn, teach them by name. Call whatever that it is the real actual name. That is the only way they're going to learn and understand better, especially when it comes to their functions. So they want to explore. And you don't want to bash them on this. Just, this is the time that they want to explore. They want to know what is going on. Why do they have different body parts? Especially if they're in school, during maybe break time, they go to the washroom. Trust me, they're eager, and you'll just notice. Maybe they'll come at home, tell you, or they'll just ask you, especially if they have another sibling. If they're seeing all that in school, I'm sure they're coming and bringing you all the information. So how are you handling the question? This is another thing that we ought to talk about. We ought to think about how you're handling the questions. I'll just tell you as it is. I'll just give you, or I'll share with you how I taught her. 1, follow her lead. If she's asking you something, just continue with that questioning. Just see where it leads. Get to know how much she knows. Get to know all the information that she has. Follow her lead. Never ask questions. Never answer questions. Make a conversation where she's asking and she's kind of answering herself. That's how I taught her. So that way I got to know the extent of how she knows about all these things. After you get to know everything that they know, of course they're curious about why do they pee like this, why do I do like this, Now you want to answer those questions. You don't want to leave them with blank spaces. Answer them as simple as you can, and answer them correctly. Don't lie to them. They want to know why. For example, my daughter was curious that the brother can susu while standing, and she cannot. Yeah, so I had to follow the lead and know how much she knows. And I asked her, how did you know that? And she's like, I saw her, she just susu. I saw him, he just susued. And he touched the name that we call our private parts at home. And he susued. Yeah. And why does he susu like that? And it was something that like she really got curious, and she really wanted to know what really does happen. And I had to explain in details different body parts. Boys have different bodies, girls have different bodies. Girls go to the toilet this way, boys go to the toilet. It even led me to teaching her how to properly go to the toilet, how to wipe herself front to back, how to clean herself front to back, how to wash her private parts. It led to all that, yeah. But I'm glad, because as per now, she knows all that at 4 years. That is the beauty of homeschooling and beauty of curriculums. Yeah, she got to know everything, and she knows right now. She knows you can't see my body. Nobody should see her body. She should handle her things privately. She should, I really got to talk to her about all this. So get to teach your kid. Get to talk to them in depth. Don't miss anything, but remember, teach them according to your age. So use the simplest words that they can understand, and be informative enough. Then this is the trick. When you're answering them, you'll be tempted to overdo at some areas, but remember, stick to the question that they ask. They want to know about how girls go to the phone number 1 and boys go to know. Answer that. Don't teach them any other thing unless it is not going to compromise the question that she has. Remember, he or she has already told you everything that they know. So remember to stick to that top. Now let me share another part, fun part. So while I was teaching her how to properly clean her private parts and all, it's like I made her question so many things even more, because she's like, she sees everything that I do with the brothers, and sometimes it's different, yeah, how I bathe him, all those things. And I'm thinking at some point I'll be bathing him without her getting to see all these things. So she got curious and curious and curious and curious and curious. And I think that's a mistake I did, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. Don't give them a chance to get to think about something else so that they want you to answer. Don't give them curiosity over so many things around whatever they are asking. Just make sure whatever they ask is whatever you answer. Period. I was teaching her. Sometimes she would ask me questions like, okay, she saw me dressing her brother on shorts, where else she was wearing a panty and another thing under like stocking and bag. That's how she dresses. She got curious and all, and she asked me a very critical question on dressing code and all, and I felt it will dig into something else. So I just told her, okay mama, I'll answer you later, just remind me way later, I'll answer you. And I knew it was a topic, it was a question that she was not going to remember. My luck. So you, as a parent, while teaching this, or as a tutor, you really don't need to feel pressured to answer the kid that question. No, sometimes put them on pause, tell them you'll get back to them. Let it grow some curiosity in them to finding out of something, or sometimes just let it stop there. Just keep them on hold, then you'll answer it later. Maybe it's not for the question they've answered is not for their age, but while you're at it, make sure you don't leave blank spaces so that they go looking for answers at some point. If it's a topic that you really need to deal with it there and there. Because for me, she was asking me, why don't men wear pink things? And I was like, men wear pink things, but she was like, pink is for princesses, blue is for boys. Yeah, you see, like she's even giving me examples of, you see, my plate is pink, my brother is not pink. And I felt that's a topic that I would not want or wish to discuss with her. So I just put it on pause and I made it clear, hey, okay, pink is for girls, blue is for boys. And I kept that story on hold, but I know later I'm going to talk or engage her on it later, but not that is toddler age. Now that's, remember, I'm sharing with you how I taught her. And then this is 4, 5, 6. Now when they're getting to 7, 8 years, now that is a puberty age. Now you want to engage her or him on matters puberty, but I'm sure they learn in school. Although you ought to teach this at home, so that by the time they get into that puberty, they already understand what goes on where and how. So yeah, let's leave that one side. We're talking about body consent and all that. I'm talking to you about how I taught my kid about all these things. Now that we're done with questioning and all that, so yeah, let's get to the last part, body consent. So how do you teach your kid about body consent? Body consent simply is the, what do you call it? It's, this is how I taught her. Body consent is all about touches and all that. So if I taught her of body parts that nobody should touch, although I made sure she knows that nobody should touch your body anywhere if you've not given them the permission. Yeah, your body is a no-go zone, and if you don't like it, just say no. So let's start from that. So body consent kids, how do you really make them understand about it? So I made sure she knows about the private parts. Now this is the point where I told you I messed up. Why? I taught her about private body parts with their nicknames, but not the actual names. And actually, they stuck because she knows them better with nicknames rather than the real actual name. Though I'm trying to implement that, though I'm not there, certainly I'll be there. So I made sure I teach her about body parts, private body parts. That is the breast, that is the vagina, that is the buttocks. Nobody should touch them unless you allow them, although you are too young to allow that, and nobody should actually touch them. So she understands that. I think I'll do a small video of me questioning her and put it on the sides.
Hello.
Look at me. So where should nobody touch you?
To my body, taco,
Mhm.
pink,
Mhm.
yellow, blue,
Mhm.
white, another.
Anona. If somebody does that, what do you do?
Oh, don't go there.
And then what else?
I put them,
After you go tell who?
baby and your dad.
Betty and dad.
Yeah,
Yes?
I put them.
Huh?
I put them.
Wafu useme.
Lily,
What and then what do you do if your friend does that?
and you need to trauma
To?
to them.
Sema. Okay. Bye. Thank you. Yeah. And then I told her, if somebody touches you, you should tell them no, stop. She knows that. And if they insist, tell them stop, and then go report to mom or dad. Or if you're not at home, go tell teacher or go tell somebody, your aunt, where you are. Yeah, but if they don't stop you, need to report that. And she understands. So I made it stick with her that nobody should touch you. Nobody has the permission to even do anything with you that you don't love. If even And this even boils down to games. If you don't want a game that is being played, don't play, leave. If you don't feel comfortable wherever you are, go. If you're not comfortable enough, just leave the space. And that is all about it. Just make sure they understand the privacy, they understand the body concept, they know the good and the bad touches. Make sure they do understand the good bad touches and the bad touches. If they're not comfortable wherever they are, they need to move. And that's all about it. Yeah, I think I've not missed anything. Yeah, I think I've not missed anything. That was all about it. So every other kid should understand body boundaries and consent. Why? We are living in a world where it was not like before. Before there was this community sense in every child's life and all. Like there was everything was okay, but in the life that we're living in the communities, you just can't trust everyone or anyone. So what we can do best with our kids, just teach them these small things or small skills and all, so that they get to know and understand as early as they come. And as I said, this is a topic you don't want to start and stop or teach once. No, this is a continuous conversation that you ought to have with your boy or with the girl, because this topic is for both the genders. It's not only for the girl. So it's a conversation you want to talk about till they get to probably high school, that is around 14, 15. You realize that childhood it's different, toddler is different, like they experience different things. When they get to preschool, it's different, and when they are what do you call it, at puberty, it's different. When they are at ages where they want to high school and all, it's different. They experience different things around this topic. So keep the conversation going and make sure you're open enough with your kid so that they get to tell you all that they find out, all that they know. They're able to share with you their curiosities. You're able to answer, like create that kind of friendship where they're very open to you, where they don't fear you. Yeah, again, you don't want them to fear you. So create a relationship where they know this is a friend, this is a parent, they're able to tell you anything. And when they tell you these things, when they're experiencing them, don't bash them. Even as young as they come, don't bash them. Talk to them in the simplest way, otherwise they won't come to you again. That is something that you have to know. Be a parent or be a friend at that particular point. Listen and teach them or equip them with particular skills that will help them. Yeah, and I think that's all about this topic. Yeah, well, I think I'll see you in the next one. Bye.